Hello, good day. Subhash from Self Sufficient Dream. Hope you're doing well. 2020 hasn't been a great year. Everyone in this world has gone through something in their lives which they had never gone through. But it also taught us that time flies. It's already 2 weeks in 2021, but we all still remember the day that we all had to go down in the lockdown for COVID. When it says time flies, what does it mean in gardening? We are in gardening video. Let's talk about a bit of time in gardening. How it can act as a productivity in your garden. When we say time flies, which means your plants are growing faster than you think. Particularly when you are in a busy lifestyle, for us human beings, we might not realize the time. That's when we say time flies. But for garden, but for Mother Nature, it always happens in its own pace, in the natural pace. Every year is the same. Likewise, in today's video, I'll be talking about the updates of my garden bed installation that I've done weeks and weeks ago, how it's looking in its current state. You can see right now in my background that beans, plants and tomatoes are there. You could see green there, which means it's a good result. I'll take you closer to that, but I'll also talk about how to do gardening in the smaller spaces. I know people think that we do not have much space like you, so how to do gardening? You can still do gardening in the most limited space that you have. Only when you have a little bit of sunlight comes in, fix that spot, buy a pot, throw some seeds, do the right thing into the soil. You are already a gardener. Without further delay, let's get into it. And you see this rustic support. This is a proper iron rustic material. I'm not sure if there's a stainless steel or anything, but this is the best thing that I could get from Bunnings, And I was initially thinking like whether these climbing beans would struggle to climb on these, but let me tell you, it only took like probably 24 hours for them to figure out this is the zone that they need to climb on, and it was instantaneous, I would say. It's close to 2 meter height, and this is still not enough because these beans are even climbing beyond that. So I need to probably think a way to climb this back to the top, and probably they find a way to grow there. And I don't want them to get sort of juggled within themselves and sort of overcrowd in one place. I'm not sure if that is good for their health, and I don't think they would grow better in that way. So as much as sunlight as possible individually these leaves can get would be better, and as much as air circulation as possible if these leaves and plants get, probably that's even better. So to support that, I've got this rustic iron material here. It's not a huge wide one, but probably you could buy one or two more if you have similar setups in your garden. I'm planning to buy two more here and put probably one in this side and probably one in the other side. I've got one there, but that's probably for you need a lot. Let me tell you, it would be appropriate if you have. It would be even better if you could build something sort of a permanent structure, like a steel structure in a curvy way, where your climbing beans can climb there and sort of come back to you. It's not like they go towards the sky and you can't really climb up to that height and pick the beans. So instead, if you have sort of a curvy one, it still goes to a certain height and it comes back to you. I don't have anything like that yet, but for now, this is the structure and the support that I have given for them, and it's been an incredible growth. And in terms of insects or flies or any type of external disturbances, I'm not getting anything like that. So it's been quiet. About watering, right? Watering, that's very important as well. For these plants, let me tell you, I was away for 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, during the summer vacation, and I didn't worry much about these plants because I had done enough groundwork even before leaving here. What I have done is basically installing up an automatic drip irrigation system. That's probably going to be a separate video altogether, but for now you can just, for your information, you could know this, that an automatic irrigation system with an automatic timer programmer installed there. So every certain time of a day the water gets flown automatically, and it's a drip irrigation system. What does it mean? Water doesn't get sprayed, it gets dropped, drop by drop, straight to the root via thousands of micro holes within the pipe. And this is the product that now you're seeing there, that with this particular installation, this is extremely water efficient, and you don't even hear whether the water is being poured now or not. It is that silent, no leakage, no wastage, not much of evaporation. Usually with the spraying type of water, you would come across with a lot of water gets evaporated and it gets wasted across the garden bed. But for this type of water irrigation system, it's pretty handy. That, let me tell you another important point. The water bill for this month is the most lowest, not because just that I was away for 2 weeks, but even in terms of water supply to these plants, it's been the minimal so far. So I highly recommend, if you have anything like a huge garden bed or huge garden in your garden, I would recommend you to think about the drip irrigation system. By the way, look at this. I have a feeling that they understand that I'm talking about them and they started climbing on me. Look at this. I've started like, while I was talking, I saw it, it was like trying to hit me here, saying, come on, put me into the right spot. So I'm just taking this out slowly. Make sure while you do this, it's okay to do this, don't have to hold it too tight, just be extremely gentle with this, but make sure you don't break this, okay? That's very important. It's very brittle because it's full of water, and I could tell that it's full of water. So make sure you put it in the right spot so that it can climb better. So I'm sort of removing this because remember, during the initial installation, I had these bamboo sticks. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's a bamboo stick here, and here. It's not even like 60 centimeters tall, and I was thinking it's going to be like that, but now it's sort of crossing 2 meters now. So yeah, so you can remove this as well. That's an advantage of this, that these climbing beans you can slowly remove. Just observe the way how it has climbed and just go into the reverse direction slowly. Be extremely gentle. It can break if you be a little bit hard there. So now if you see this climbing support, I'm going to give it here, which is the nearest and the longest one, is probably here somewhere. And don't worry about like sort of tying. It's not a rope. It cannot withhold that type of strength of yours. So all you have to do is slightly try to see if it's reaching here. That's pretty much what I do. Or probably even slowly just club it with the other system here, because this will adjust by itself. It knows its way, and probably this is long enough to sort of climb it to the next support yet, so I would just leave it here. By the way, yeah, this is the life with climbing beans, and I highly recommend you to have one of these in your garden. And next one, let me take you to the tomato garden bed. Tomato, again, beautiful growth. I would say this is the fastest growth comparing to even climbing beans. Climbing beans took 10 weeks to grow to that level, but look at the tomatoes. It's only been 6 weeks now. First week of December is when I planted this, and it was not a seedling that I purchased. I purchased this as a sort of like a half plant. So tomato plants, I'll have tomato plants, I'll let you look at it. Start from here all the way up to, I think I'm going out of the frame, to there. See my hand? It's up to there. And 6 plants are here in the close to 2 meters length of garden bed, and the growth has been incredible. Let me tell you, it's only been 6 weeks now, and probably if you include the timing that the seedling emerged until the size that I purchased, so probably you can call it as 8 weeks. Probably close to climbing beans. Climbing beans have been here starting from the seeds for about 10 weeks now, and this is the growth, and this is 8 weeks. So roughly 2 months, 60 days, see the growth. It's already started yielding. I'll show you in the close-up. You can take a look, the number of fruits. I don't think you can see it from here. Probably you can see some here as a bunch of fruits, probably some here. But let me tell you, there are heaps of flowers. If you see, this is the flowers. These are flowers, like bunch of 6 to 9 flowers here, so which means every single flower is going to be converted into a tomato. And I've got 6 varieties here. probably four varieties, and two of them are same variety, heirloom tomatoes, and they are sort of a bigger size tomatoes. A little bit expensive if you buy in grocery shop. But this one, I don't have any trust tomatoes or the regular tomatoes that we purchase. Every single tomato is a different variety. Probably, let me share this in this screen now. What you're seeing now is the actual tomatoes varieties that I purchased. So these are the 6 type of tomatoes that I purchased. You can see one by one from left to right. These are the pictures that I've taken previously before planting it while setting up my garden bed, and these are the tomatoes that I have planted. Take a closer look. Quite a few bunches there, and probably one inside there, and few here, and quite a few there, and see bunch of flowers here, the tomato flowers. See different varieties of tomatoes coming out. It's currently in a bushy state. See the growth. This is the smallest plant that I've got, and this is the largest variety that I've got. I anticipated that this variety is going to grow really large, really tall. So that is why, the reason why I've kept in the middle, rather than if you see these two tomato plants here sort of sharing the same area. But this one is planted in the center of the garden bed. Space is left here and there, so it's in the right center. And to show you a bit of gold under this tomato. So these are marigolds. Let me show you a bit, going in a bit deeper there. Marigold plant. This avoids and keeps the insects and flies away from the tomato plants. Take a look at my snow peas plants. So this is the type of plant that I was talking about. If you are in an apartment or in a smaller space where you don't have much space for a huge garden bed like this, probably consider this small pot. You are not seeing the pot, probably. Let me show you in this picture now. The picture that you're seeing now is the pot with the snow peas plants. And again, this one started from seeds, and I've made myself the seedlings and emerged from the seedlings and straight away to these plants. And I've got this, given this beam of support for their growth. This is similar to the climbing beans, but not as vigorous grower as a climbing beans. This is sort of a mid-range grower, and it's incredibly efficient one. Reason, it's not going to take much space in your garden. But look at the fruit now, the veggies. Sorry. Look at the veggies now. This is the type of plant I was talking about. If you are in a smaller space like an apartment or even a smaller space, if you get like less sunlight or don't have much space, this is the type of pot that you need to consider buying. So this particular plant, you can pretty much set this up within $10. That's all it costs. And comparing to the other ones, this is the cheapest, and I've given the least care to this. Just giving the right space, right amount of water, right soil, as I said, fundamentals, and nothing much. And pretty much if you see, the snow peas is everywhere now. The snow peas is everywhere. And I'm here to start the harvest. Snow peas harvest. Already. So in today's video you have seen pretty much what I did in the last 2 months and how I turned my empty backyard into this beautiful garden bed and climbing beans plants and tomato plants and also these beautiful snow peas. Think about it, this snow peas is the least care that I gave, but this is the first vegetable that I'm harvesting. So it can be even eaten in raw. Sweet. It's incredibly sweet. I just can't stop eating it. It's sweet, so sweet. Full of water, full of juice. It's like sugarcane. Try it. You also try. Easy to grow and incredible and health benefits as well. So in my next video, I'm gonna share complete end-to-end guide of how to prune your tomato plants and also how to place the right support for your tomato plants and get the best harvest and get the best growth. I'll see you in my next video. I just can't stop eating. Please like and subscribe. Have a great year. Happy New Year.